we present Isobel, a housewife of today, the story of a modern woman in a man's world, with Granola Vanley as Isobel and Minky Wells as Alicia. The scene is a moderately busy department store. I was walking round Grandley's, a department store in town, the big one, you know it. I'd gone there for paper hats, but I wasn't looking at them, not really. I'd so many other things on my mind. But I must have picked up a hat for a moment, idly tearing it to shreds, when I felt a hand on my shoulder.
Excuse me.
Montgomery.
Isobel.
You're a store detective.
No, I can explain.
I had almost surrendered everything to him, thrown caution to the winds, yet here he was, a common little store detective. You're working class.
No, don't say that, it isn't true, but
I'm not trying to prevent you committing an offence under Section 41 of the Local Town and Country Bylaw Against Petty Vandalism, subsection 5 Act, paragraph 3.
Whatever all that means, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Then do you think I didn't recognise you? From behind?
Even from behind. Here, let's tear up paper hats together. I'll show you if I care about them or not.
We did. We tore up dozens, until the manager turned up and we ran and ran, out into the street down the road, and before we knew where we were. We're in the park.
Yes.
It's not the same park, is it?
With the squirrels? No.
Or the ducks?
No. This one has geese.
Oh. You know a lot of parks.
A few.
Do you meet other ladies in them?
No.
Only squirrels?
Yes.
And ducks?
Yes.
And geese?
When I can.
I see.
I feel I ought to...
I'm a married woman, Montgomery. We must stop this madness. I can't bear it, you hear me? I can't bear it. It's wrong. Ow!
Ought to warn you a goose is behind you. It must smell food.
I haven't any food. It's going past. To that bush.
But that's a standard Wilkinson's non-shedder bush. At this time of year it won't bear anything remotely worth eating.
Get away! Just a moment. Alicia!
Good heavens, Isobel. What a surprise. Piece of bread? People throw it to the birds, you know. It's perfectly good, most of it. Bit wet. Once that bread has been in the water, the probability of algae to yeast cross ratio fermentation to wheat salt tadpole is 40-2.
What? You sound just like a park keeper.
Park keeper?
Montgomery! That explains everything!
No! Come back!
He's a common park keeper. I can't believe it. 2 teas, please. We may be wrong. We're not. I'm sure of it now.
2 teas?
Anything to eat, madam?
Good Lord, no, not for me. But my friend here will have that plate of buns.
Yes, madam. I'm not hungry. Nonsense. You need to keep your strength up. I almost made such a fool of myself. Whatever would Johnny say?
Not that plate. The one with the big buns on it.
Johnny would be shocked. Why, if my Ronnie even looked at somebody working class, I'd be going home to mother. Johnny's mother's dead.
Just as well. This would kill her.
Oh, so much for being a modern woman. Wanting it all.
A woman's place is in the home.
I know that now.
Shirts don't iron themselves.
No.
One sends them to the laundry, yes. Though I do check them thoroughly for missing buttons.
I haven't checked Johnny's buttons in weeks.
Well, you better make that your first job when you get home.
2 teas and a big plate of buns.
Lovely. You really should try one.
Maybe later.
Yes, later.
Alicia, what's the matter?
Piece of bun. Too big.
Let me help you.
It's all right. I can swallow it.
You mustn't. Spit it out. Spit it out. Out. Out.
I can finish it, I tell you.
Alicia, you're choking. Does madam need an ambulance?
No. Get me another bun. Push this one down.
Yes, she does.
I've never let a bun beat me yet. It's no good. You've got to go to hospital and have it removed professionally. Wrap them up. We'll take them with us.
Yes, I know.
Isobel,
Montgomery?
what are you doing here?
My friend Alicia swallowed a bun.
I'm so sorry.
She'll be all right. She's really rather used to buns. What are you doing here?
I was just dealing with this test tube.
You're not a park keeper at all?
No,
You're a tube tester?
well, not exactly.
You're a doctor?
Well,
I should have known. Oh, the touch of those hands would make anyone well again.
would you like me to touch you?
I'm all right at the moment.
I could touch your friend.
She doesn't deserve it. She made me think you're working class, or lower middle class at best. Here you are, a professional doctor at a hospital.
Oi, Monty, get that trolley moved.
Why is he telling you to move a trolley?
Well, we all muck in.
And get those test tubes up to the lab. And when you've done that, mop the floor.
No!
No,
No!
you don't.
You are a...
Don't say it. All right, I'm not like you. My family didn't have money. I didn't have the advantages of you and your Johnny, or she and her Ronnie. Life gave me nothing. So I work as a store detective, as a park keeper, and yes, work as a hospital porter. I am not ashamed of an honest day's work.
Well, you should be. Alicia, come on. I'm taking you home. They put what I brought up in a little bag for later. As Alicia sat there, chattering on in the back of the taxi, eating what was left of the buns, I wondered again at what a fool I'd been. And yet there was something about what Montgomery had said, something about that brave man taking on an honest day's toil instead of loafing around and doing nothing as a gentleman should. Something that touched me.
You're talking to yourself again.
Sorry,
You should take up a hobby like Googie Withers in Mountain High.
I couldn't climb a mountain.
Oh, nor did she, but she knitted sweaters for all her husband's teams so they wouldn't be cold when they got up there.
It's no good.
I can't do it. There's brass rubbing.
I don't mean that. Stop the taxi. I opened the door and ran.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Who's going to pay for this taxi?
I ran and ran until I found myself at the park. It's almost empty now, as evening fell. Would he be here? Would he, like me, be guided by some sixth sense? I had to know. Montgomery? Montgomery? Are you here? I heard a noise, a catch of breath. I turned. Monty? Ah! I thought I would drown in the goose pond, but someone was swimming towards me. Strong arms pulled me out. I wiped the water from my eyes to see.
Not so fast, lady. You owe me for that taxi. Just a moment. I'll pay for the lady's taxi.
Montgomery!
Here, keep the change.
Oh, thanks, Governor. You're a toff.
Monty, I knew it. You don't really need to work as a store detective, or a park keeper, or a hospital porter, because at the end of the day, deep down, you're a toff.
Oh, Isobel, I don't suppose you could let me have the money for that taxi, could you? It's rather cleaned me out.
Oh!
You have listened to Isobel, a housewife of today, created by Tippy Ups and Tommy Downs. Written by Prentice Havelock. Starring Granola Vanley as Isobel, with Minky Wells as Alicia, Ryan Rook as Montgomery, Jenny Button as the waitress, and Wally Wimble as the cabbie and the porter. It was produced by Cardigan Trent.